You were this close to making it. You had the coins, the timing, maybe even the conviction. For a while, it felt like everything was lining up. You could see your name, your portfolio, your future, right there in the top 1% of the XRP Rich List. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Maybe it was one bad decision. Maybe it was a few small mistakes that snowballed over time. Or maybe you just stopped following the plan and started following your emotions. And now, you look at the numbers, and you know you're not where you should be. That gap between where you are and where you want to be, it's not just a number. It's the cost of inaction, the price of drifting without a system. Today, we're going to change that. I'm going to expose the 7 brutal mistakes that knock people out of the top 1%. And more importantly, I'll give you the exact step-by-step plan to get back in just 30 days. This is not hype. This is not guesswork. This is a proven system, and system is how the rich think, act, and win. Because here's the truth. Wealth isn't about luck. It's about building habits that compound over time and sticking to them no matter what the market throws at you. Part 1. The 7 mistakes that knock you off the XRP Rich List. Let's get straight to it. Because the faster you identify these mistakes, the faster you can fix them. These are the 7 deadly mistakes that silently push people out of the top 1% of the XRP Rich List. And the scary part, most investors don't even realize they're making them until it's too late. Mistake number 1, vague goals. You never set a clear target for how much XRP you want to own or by when. You might have told yourself, I'll buy more when I can. But without a number and a date, there's no urgency, no measurable progress. The top 1% doesn't work with vague dreams. They operate with precise targets. If you don't know your destination, you're already lost. Mistake number 2, random DCA. You throw money into the market whenever you feel like it, reacting to the news or your emotions with no rules or schedule. One week you buy 3 times, the next week you skip entirely. This inconsistency means you're building your position on emotion, not strategy. And that's a surefire way to fall off the XRP Rich List. The rich don't invest randomly. They invest on a clock. Mistake number 3, emotional trading. You chase green candles when the market pumps, and you panic sell when it dips. This is the classic cycle. Fear of missing out on the way up, fear of losing everything on the way down. And while you're reacting to every move, the disciplined investors are quietly accumulating and holding their positions, letting your emotions become their opportunity. Mistake number 4, no risk protection. One bad dip wipes out months or even years of progress because you never planned for the downside. You don't have cash reserves to buy the dip. You don't have a set exit strategy for overextended moves. The top 1% understands that protecting capital is as important as growing it. And without a safety net, you're gambling, not investing. Mistake number 5, no weekly review. You never stop to ask yourself, what worked? What failed? What can I improve next week? Instead, you just keep doing the same things, expecting a different result. Weekly reviews are the steering wheel of your wealth journey. Without them, you're driving blind. And blind driving leads straight out of the XRP Rich List. Mistake number 6, no identity shift. You keep acting like the same person who fell off the list instead of training yourself to think and behave like the rich. This is where "you are rich" becomes more than a phrase. It's a daily reminder that wealth starts in your mind before it shows up in your account. If you keep thinking like the old you, you'll keep getting the old results. The top 1% adopts the habits, routines, and mindset of wealth long before the money arrives. Mistake number 7, inaction. You watch videos, nod your head, maybe even take some notes, and then you do nothing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment, and entertainment doesn't put you in the top 1% of anything. Every day you delay is a day further from the XRP Rich List, and closer to the average results you swore you'd avoid. Be honest with yourself. How many of these apply to you right now? Because here's the truth. Even one of these habits can be enough to cost you your spot in the top 1%. The difference between staying in the list and falling out isn't a secret. It's discipline. It's system. And it starts the moment you decide to act. Part 2. The pain of staying stuck. Every single week you skip discipline. Someone else, somewhere in the world, is quietly taking your place on the XRP Rich List. You don't see them. You don't hear from them. But while you're hesitating, they're buying on schedule. While you're reacting to headlines, they're following a plan. And while you're distracted, they're moving closer to the top 1%, the spot you wanted for yourself. Every impulsive trade, every plan you never commit to paper, it's all compounding against you. Just like interest can grow your wealth, bad habits can bury it. The same math that works for you when you're consistent works against you when you're careless. You might tell yourself, I'm just waiting for the right time, or I'll act when the market looks better. But the truth is, the market doesn't wait for anyone. It has no sympathy for hesitation. It rewards those who are prepared, and it punishes those who drift without direction. Think about this. Every missed week of disciplined action is not just time lost, it's opportunity lost. Opportunities you can never get back. The XRP Rich List isn't built on luck or one lucky trade. It's built on a chain of small, smart, consistent decisions stacked over months and years. Right now, you're on one of two paths. You're either moving closer to the XRP Rich List with every choice you make, or you're slipping further away step by step without even realizing it. There is no middle ground. You are building or you are decaying, and only you get to decide which it will be. Partner 3. The vision. What life feels like at the top. Now picture the other side of this story. You wake up on a Monday morning, and there's no panic, no rush to check your phone for the latest market swing. You already know what you're doing this week. Your DCA buys are scheduled, your triggers are set, and your portfolio is quietly growing, whether the headlines are screaming fear or euphoria. You open your tracking sheet and see green check marks stacking up from the last 21 days. Every action you committed to, you executed. No skipped buys, no emotional sells, no drifting, just pure, consistent progress. When others are chasing green candles or selling in despair, you're steady. You're the one quietly accumulating when prices are low, expectations you're not reacting to the market. The market is reacting to you. And it's not just the numbers in your account that have changed. It's you, the way you think, the way you move, the way you make decisions. You've stopped thinking like a hopeful outsider and started acting like someone who already belongs in the top 1% of the XRP Rich List. That's the real meaning of "you are rich." It's not just a line you say to feel good. It's an identity you live by, a standard you hold yourself to every single day. The balance in your wallet is just the scoreboard. You're no longer chasing the next lucky break. You're building wealth like a professional, and the top 1% is simply where you belong. Party 4. The story. Let me tell you about David, someone who thought his shot at the XRP Rich List was over. Situation. Just 3 months ago, David was in free fall. He had built up a solid position in XRP over the years, but one brutal market dip triggered a panic sell. His plan went out the window, and the moment he sold, the price began to recover. He told himself he'd buy back in, but the rebound kept climbing and fear kept him frozen. His balance stayed small, his confidence collapsed, and he stopped checking his portfolio entirely. Deep down, he believed he had blown his one big chance. Task. When we spoke, I asked him one question. Do you want to get back in the top 1% of the XRP Rich List, or are you going to watch from the sidelines? He admitted he wanted back in, but he was tired of chasing luck. He needed a way to rebuild without gambling, without stress, and without making the same mistakes. His mission was clear: regain control of his actions, rebuild his XRP position, and operate like someone who truly believed you are rich. Action. David committed to a strict 3-step system. Step 1. He defined a clear XRP tag and a deadline to hit it. No more vague dreams. Step 2. He set a fixed DCA schedule with automated buys, so emotion could no longer hijack his decisions. Step 3. Every morning he spent 2 minutes reading his "You Are Rich" affirmations, and every Sunday he reviewed his progress. Wins were celebrated, mistakes were documented and corrected. Result: in just 30 days, David's stress levels dropped by half. His accumulation rate was back on track, And for the first time in months, he felt in control again. He stopped watching the market in panic. Instead, he trusted his system. And slowly, that gap between him and the XRP Rich List began to close. David's comeback wasn't magic. It wasn't a secret tip. It was structure, discipline, and the daily choice to think and act like the top 1% long before he was officially there. That's what "you are rich" really means. Becoming the kind of person whose habits guarantee the results. Part 5. The proof. I've seen this transformation happen again and again, not just with David, but with dozens of investors who once believed their best days were behind them. These weren't beginners. Many of them had years in the market. They'd experienced the highs of bull runs and the crushing lows of market crashes. They'd felt the excitement of thinking they were on the verge of the XRP Rich List and the disappointment of watching it slip away. But when they committed to this system, everything changed. And they didn't have to wait years to see it. The results began in weeks. Here are the 3 shifts I saw over and over. Their daily stress levels dropped by more than half. No more waking up in the middle of the night to check the charts. No more emotional highs and lows tied to every price movement. Instead, they had a plan, and that plan was their anchor. Their weekly accumulation rate of XRP became consistent, no matter what the market was doing. They bought on schedule. Rain or shine, pump or dump, they stuck to their plan. That discipline meant they were always moving forward, even on the weeks when everyone else froze. Their portfolio value started compounding upward, steadily and predictably. It wasn't a straight line, but it was an upward line. The small, disciplined actions stacked on top of each other until the growth became impossible to ignore. I remember one client in particular showing me his 30-day tracker. Every single DCA target hit, 0 panic sells, a green check mark for every weekly review. By the end of the month, the gap between him and the XRP Rich List had shrunk noticeably, and more importantly, he knew exactly how to keep closing it. This isn't about timing the perfect entry or gambling on the next bull run. It's about proving to yourself that you are rich the moment you take control of your habits. Because the market always rewards discipline, and it always punishes randomness. Falk 6. The comeback plan. Now you know the mistakes. You've seen the proof. The only question left is, how do you get back into the XRP Rich List? Here's the exact roadmap I give my private clients. It's simple, it's repeatable, and if you follow it for the next 30 days, you'll not only see your portfolio change, you'll see yourself change. Step 1. Identity. You are rich. Before you change your numbers, you have to change your identity. Every morning before you check the markets, spend 3 minutes doing this. Read these 3 affirmations out loud. I build wealth through discipline. My actions reflect my future, not my past. You are rich, and I live like it every day. Write down one measurable goal for the day. Example, complete today's DCA buy exactly as planned. Visualize the feeling of being back in the top 1% of the XRP Rich List, calm, confident, and in control. When you start the day by telling yourself who you are, your actions will follow that identity. Step 2. System. XRP Rich List OS. You need a system that works on autopilot so emotions can't hijack your decisions. Here's what it looks like. Fixed DCA schedule. Choose your buy days and stick to them. No exceptions. Price range triggers. Predetermine at what price you buy more aggressively and when you hold back. Weekly review. Every Sunday, spend 15 minutes answering, what worked this week? What didn't work? What will I adjust next week? Risk protection. Keep a reserve fund to take advantage of big dips without touching your core position. This system means you're never guessing. You're executing. Step 3. Execution. 30-day comeback checklist week 1. Build your foundation. Set your foundation rec accumulation target and deadline. Lock in your DCA schedule and price triggers. Prepare your 30-day tracker sheet with daily checkboxes. Week 2. Master emotional control. Limit market checks to twice a day. Write down every emotional impulse to buy-sell, but don't act on it. Keep your DCA buys on schedule no matter what. Week 3. Track and measure. Calculate your DCA completion rate. Count the number of emotional trades avoided. Adjust your strategy based on weekly review findings. Week 4. Double down on what works. Part 7. Let me tell you something most people will never understand. Money doesn't make you rich. Your system does. I've watched people earn a windfall and lose it all within a year because they had no structure. And I've seen others build massive wealth starting from almost nothing, simply because they followed a plan and refused to break it. The XRP Rich List isn't made up of the luckiest traders. It's made up of the most disciplined builders, the people who show up week after week, buy on schedule, review their progress, and adjust without emotion. When you act without a system, you're gambling. When you act with a system, you're compounding. And that's the difference between the ones who stay in the top 1% and the ones who fade out. Here's the line I want you to remember, and maybe even share with someone who needs it. You don't chase the market. You train yourself until the market has no choice but to pay you. If that sinks in, your path back to the XRP Rich List just became a lot shorter. Because once you fully embrace the mindset that you are rich, not because of the balance in your account, but because of the discipline in your life, everything else falls into place. Part 8. If you're serious about making your comeback to the XRP Rich List, here's exactly what I want you to do right now. Step 1. Type yes in the comments below this video. That's your public commitment. It's you saying, I'm ready to rebuild, I'm ready to take action. When you do that, I'll send you my 30-day comeback checklist, the exact tracker I give to private clients to help them hit every DCA target, stay disciplined, and eliminate emotional trades. Step 2. Tag one person you know who needs this, someone who keeps talking about getting back on track, but hasn't actually done anything about it. You might be the one who helps them make the change they've been putting off. Step 3. Subscribe to XRP Today USA and hit the bell icon. Over the next 19 days, I'm walking you through the complete Rich List playbook. The same strategies I've seen take people from scattered and frustrated to calm, focused, and steadily climbing toward the top 1%. And remember this, you are not just chasing numbers, you are building an identity. You are rich is not a motivational slogan, it's the standard you hold yourself to every single day. The XRP Rich List is just the scoreboard. Your habits are the game. So don't just watch this video and move on, make your move right now. Comment yes, get your checklist, and start building like someone who belongs in the top 1%. Part 9. Tomorrow, in day 12, we're going to tackle something that quietly decides who stays in the XRP Rich List and who gets shaken out at the first sign of trouble. We're talking about emotional discipline. It's the invisible skill that separates the top 1% from everyone else. And the truth is, most investors never develop it. That's why they sabotage themselves during volatility, selling low, buying high, and undoing months of progress in a single bad week. In day 12, I'll show you how to lock in emotional control so the market can't play games with your head. You'll learn the exact techniques the disciplined elite use to stay calm, think clearly, and execute their plan no matter what the price chart is doing. If you thought today's comeback plan gave you structure, tomorrow's lesson will make it bulletproof. It's the difference between climbing into the top 1% and staying there for good. So hit that bell, stay tuned, and remember, you are rich when you master both your money and your mind. Part 10. Here's what I want you to take away from today. Wealth is almost never built in a straight, easy line. You've had wins, you've had setbacks, you've made decisions you're proud of, and others you wish you could take back. But none of that, none of your past, has to decide your future. The top 1% of the XRP Rich List is not reserved for the lucky or the chosen. It's earned by those who take ownership of their actions, build systems that work, and follow those systems with relentless consistency. You might feel like you're far from your goal right now. Maybe you've been drifting. Maybe you've been waiting for the perfect time. But the perfect time doesn't exist, only the decision to start now. The market won't remember your excuses. It won't give you a second chance because you meant well. It only responds to execution. And every day you execute with discipline, you're proving to yourself and to the scoreboard that you belong in the XRP Rich List. So starting today, stop replaying your losses in your mind. Start building your wins. Show up for your system every day, no matter what the chart looks like. And when doubt creeps in, remind yourself, you are rich, not because of what you have right now, but because of who you are becoming. And if you keep going, if you keep showing up, the results will come. The XRP Rich List won't just be a dream, it will be your address. Tomorrow, in day 12, we're going deep into a skill that most people overlook, but it's the reason they never make it back into the top 1% of the XRP Rich List, or they lose their spot the moment things get volatile. It's called emotional discipline, and without it, no plan survives. I'll show you exactly how the most disciplined investors keep their heads clear and their hands steady, even when the market is trying to scare them out of their position. If today's comeback plan gave you the structure, tomorrow will make it unshakable. But before we get there, I want to leave you with this. Wealth is not built by waiting, wishing, or hoping. It's built by showing up, day after day, and doing the work your future self will thank you for. The market doesn't care about your intentions. It only responds to execution. Every buy you make on schedule, every review you complete, every emotional trade you avoid, those are the bricks in the foundation of your future. So make the choice today. Step back into control. Build your system. Follow it relentlessly. And remember, you are rich, not just when the market says so, but from the moment you decide to think and act like the rich do. I'll see you tomorrow for day 12. And until then, keep building like you belong in the XRP Rich List, because you do.